unspoken expectation in life, one that teaches us from an early age that saying yes is the key to acceptance. We are told that a good friend always picks up the phone, that a dedicated employee goes the extra mile, that a loving partner makes sacrifices, and that family comes first, no matter what. These ideas sound noble, even admirable, but when taken to the extreme, they become a breeding ground for exhaustion, resentment, and self-neglect. For instance, a particular roommate of mine, she wanted me to join in a bulk sale of buying slides with other friends of hers. And this was like a roommate I knew while, she was a former roommate here, while doing my postgraduate study. I'm not a slide person. I tell her, I'm not interested. I'm not a slide person. I'm so sorry. I'm not interested in this. However, you do not have to be sorry. Just to your point. I'm not interested in this. Just politely decline. This is not what I like. It's not my thing. Do you get? Subsequently, she sent me a message, and she was like, "Oh, I have my company is organizing a training on finance. Anything finance piques my interest." I hesitated a bit because I just sensed it wasn't something that would be what I'll be needing. I was then trying to, hack her, but she wasn't giving me what I wanted. Then I just, you know, chose to join the virtual class rather than physical, which the link was availed to me. On the day of the event, she sent me a reminder. Immediately I joined in. you know After joining in, I just realized that this what I'm hearing sounds like something more for marketers, not for then I sent her a message. This is not my niche. Like, thank you so much for thinking about me. However, this is not my niche. I'm sorry, I would have to leave the meeting. And she said, just wait till the end. Mind you, I was actually working at that period. I had a lot on my table, and I was like, I will have to decline at this point. I can't wait till the end. I have a lot of work on my table, so I exited the group. So yes, that former roommate from my postgrad was an amazing person, but I just knew that me saying yes would, take my time, and I won't be able to do a lot of things. I didn't want to commit to what I knew I wouldn't be available for. And of course, the idea sounded novel, the training sounded novel, but I just knew that, okay, this is not for me. So let me move to a fictitious scenario. Take Ada, for instance. She had always been the dependable one in her family, or the independent one, the one everyone called when things went wrong. When her brother needed money, she sent it. When her cousin needed a place to stay, she offered it. When her mother guilt-tripped her into taking on responsibilities beyond her means, she complied. Ada thought she was being strong, but the reality was that she was drowning. Every yes she ordered chipped away at her well-being, leaving her defeated. Until one day she snapped out, not in a dramatic outburst, but in a quiet realization. She was tired of being everything to everyone but nothing to herself. Then there's another person, Kunle, a young professional who had worked himself to the bone at a prestigious firm. He answered emails at midnight, accepted last-minute deadlines without complaint, and cancelled personal plans to impress his boss. His reward? More work, less appreciation, and the creepy anxiety that told him he was only as valuable as the last task he completed. It wasn't until he watched a close friend walk away from a toxic job reclaiming their peace that he questioned his own sacrifice. Was he climbing the ladder? Was he being used as a rug for others to step on? In a world that glorifies self-sacrifice, boundaries are often misunderstood. People confuse them with selfishness, when in reality they are an act of self-respect. A well-placed no is not a rejection, it is a declaration that your time, energy, and mental space are not infinite resources for others to deplete at will. Boundaries do not make you cold. They make you clear. They do not push people away. They teach people how to engage with you in a way that is sustainable and healthy. The truth is, life will always test the limits of what you allow. People will always, take as much as you give, and often without realizing it, they will take too much. It is not your job to set your boundaries, it is yours. And if you do not define the limit, you will be at the mercy of those who have none. Hence, boundaries are the quiet guardians of your peace. They are the reason you do not answer work calls during dinner, why you say no to friends who only reach out when they need something, and why you refuse to entertain relationships that drain you rather than nourish you. They are why you walk away from manipulation, why you stop explaining yourself to people who only want to misunderstand you, and why you no longer feel guilty for protecting your peace. The people who truly value you will respect your boundaries. The ones who resist them are the ones who benefited from your lack of them. So here's the question. What will you allow? What will you walk away from? What part of yourself are you willing to reclaim? Because in the end, your peace is not a negotiation. It is a necessity. And the moment you start honoring your own boundaries, you'll realize something profound. You were never meant to live at the mercy of everyone's expectations. You were meant to thrive. Boundaries are not a loss. They are a gift, a way of telling the world, I matter too.